Guys, the battle has just begun. And if we don't act now, our kids will be the collateral damage.
Watch this.
Turn now to Oklahoma tonight and the new ruling involving the Bible in public schools. That state now mandating teaching the Bible in schools effective immediately, calling it an indispensable historical and cultural touchstone. Here's Matt Rivers tonight.
Tonight, the top education official in Oklahoma directing all schools across the state to incorporate the Bible and the Ten Commandments into the curriculum. The new requirement for grades 5 through 12, effective immediately.
Every teacher, every classroom in the state will have a Bible in the classroom and will be teaching from the Bible in the classroom.
Oklahoma. Oklahoma's Superintendent Ryan Walters calling the Bible a necessary historical document to teach our kids about the history of this country. The move coming just days after Louisiana became the first state to require all public school classrooms to display the Ten Commandments. Texas and Utah weighing similar laws. Civil liberties groups are already suing Louisiana, arguing its new law is unconstitutional and violates the separation of church and state.
The left loves to point to separation of church and state. Guys, it's not in the Constitution. It's not in the First Amendment. It's nowhere in the Constitution. It was a letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote to Danbury Baptist Association in 1802, and it had nothing to do with the Constitution.
So they're taking this term that was written in private correspondence and making it sound like it's the word of law when in fact it's not. The term separation of church and state, in my opinion, is really a tool that's used to silence clergy. Oh, no, you can't talk about politics. Why? Because heaven forbid they hold you accountable to biblical principles, right? They're trying to silence your relationship with God when it comes to politics.
And the two cannot be separated. Half of our founders actually were clergy.
Today's move by Oklahoma, they say, is part of a larger trend.
I think they are emboldened by this Supreme Court. I think the religious extremists saw the success they had with Roe versus Wade and are feeling emboldened all around the country. That is one of the reasons you're seeing this wave of Christian nationalism rising right now.
Christian nationalism, what's that?
Oh, you mean the moms that go to school board meetings?
No. It's the white guys who love God, family, and country. Guys, for the last 4 years, Homeland Security has rated guys like me, right?
Yeah.
Christians, conservatives, people that love the founding of our country. They consider us the worst threat to democracy. They even put us on par or above par with ISIS or
Al-Qaeda, the cartel.
It's insane.
Yep.
The Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country.
David, Oklahoma will be giving its school districts instructions on how to implement this policy for the upcoming school year, but the state superintendent says strict and immediate compliance is expected.
Oklahoma.
What's the first step? What's the remedy in your mind, sir?
The first step is you got to do what we're doing here in Oklahoma. You have to get back to teaching American exceptionalism and patriotism. We've rewritten our history standards. Every kid is going to know the influence the Bible had on American history, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. They're not going to be told that George Washington is an evil slave owner. They're going to be told that George Washington forever changed the course of world events. They're going to be told about the Declaration of Independence. Kids have to understand the values that built this country, and they need to love this country. We've got to go back to promoting patriotism, and that's got to be in every classroom. We're doing that here in Oklahoma. President Trump has laid out the course for this with the 1776 Commission.
The 1776 Commission was founded by Donald Trump.
Oh, that's the problem with it.
Back in 2020. And what's interesting is all they were trying to promote is patriotic education.
We can't have that.
They wanted to move the biblical values that our country was founded on back into the schools. They wanted to put God back into the schools. They wanted to put morality back into the schools. The commission aimed to counteract what they saw as revisionist history. You guys know the systematic racism, the identity politics, the DEI, the woke mind virus, right? And the commission was doing really, really well. Joe Biden came into office, signed an executive order. His first day in office, wiped it out. But guess what? It is not dead.
He has led the country on making us great again. States have to follow suit. You've got to get the teachers unions who push this hatred for America out of your schools. get back to teaching the basics, and it starts with an understanding of American exceptionalism.
Yeah, I mean, I was asked in the last segment about what I wanted to do, and I always wanted to be a teacher and a football coach, and you realize the obstacles, the things that you have to jump over. It is very difficult, and a lot of people are not going into the industry because of that. I've got 15 seconds for you, sir.
Yeah, look, that's one of the things. Hey, look, the left-wing media doesn't like to talk about that. But good people haven't got into teaching because of the teachers' unions. They try to force you into teaching a radical ideology rather than math, history, and science. We've had record numbers of recruits here in Oklahoma because we said we're going to get back to the basics on teaching American exceptionalism, math, history, science. We will reject a woke agenda. It will die here in Oklahoma. We will support American values in our schools, and we are unapologetic about that, Trey.
Oklahoma.
All right, guys, despite this good news, now is not the time to rest on your laurels. Don't take a nap. The tampon Tims of this world have not just gone away and gone into the sunset. They're out there doing push-ups and getting stronger and thinking about what they're going to do 4 years from now so they can just throw this all away like they did when Biden came in.
God has had mercy on our country, guys. He's given us another shot. We've got very short amount of time to activate. There's no more time for us to sit in our butts. We've got to get involved locally, nationally, even within your state if you possibly can. A couple of quick announcements.
Shirts are on their way. They're in production right now. They'll be shipping out real shortly. And Sage wrote a little thank you note. At the end, she says, P.S. Can't wait to see you so we can have a party. So make sure you make a reservation because come Resurrection Sunday this year, it's starting to fill up already.
It is. Make your reservation. Now, guys, we are heading out RVing again.
Woo!
After the inauguration.
Yeah, we're gonna wait it out.
We're gonna wait it out. I still think that the evil side is still waiting to pounce on us. Things are going too good. So keep your head on a swivel, guys. Pay attention. Stay vigilant. And see that little chapel back there, you guys? That little chapel in the RV Odd Squad raised more than $40,000 last year for the people who are suffering in Western North Carolina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're making a difference, you guys. And how do you want to end it, babe? Alabama, come and visit us next year.